Welcome to Keto Meals and Recipes.com. This is video number 3 that will be using my 2-ingredient ice cream recipe to make a new and tasty frozen dessert. Today I will be showing you how easy it is to make my Neapolitan ice cream, which is a no-machine version of a classic ice cream that incorporates vanilla, strawberry, and milk chocolate flavors into one easy to make and absolutely delicious ice cream. The macronutrient ratio for this Neapolitan ice cream is 12.1 to 1 with 4.4 grams of total carbs, 0.6 grams of dietary fiber, resulting in 3.8 grams of net carbs per serving. Now for the directions. I'm sure that you are well aware that being on a keto or low-carb diet means you can't just run to the store and pick up a few ingredients, for example, sweetened condensed milk. Therefore, to begin with, you do have to make your own sugar-free sweetened condensed milk. This is an important ingredient, so you do have to have some on hand, but if you don't, it's really easy to make a fresh batch. Also, if you want your strawberry ice cream to have its best and freshest taste and to have a really nice texture, you will need to use some of my prepared strawberry reduction jam, which, by the way, is perfect for this recipe. If you don't have these on hand, don't worry. Both of these ingredients can be made simultaneously on your stovetop in less than 30 minutes. The link for both of these instructional videos, as well as the link for the printable recipe that can be translated to any language for the Neapolitan ice cream, will all be available in the description below. So go check them out there. And please watch this video because I do give quite a number of tips as I make the ice cream that should help you to prevent problems or explain things of why I do what I do. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how I start by making my vanilla base. This is the exact same recipe as my 2-ingredient ice cream. The link for that will be in the description below as well. So, begin by pouring the chilled whipped cream into a mixing bowl or your stand mixer bowl and whip to a light peak stage. If you're wondering what that means, that's the point that the cream that you've been whipping starts to look like whipped cream. If you're wondering, yes, it is very important that your cream is chilled because you're making ice cream. After whipping, do use a spatula to scrape down the sides of your bowl. At every stage where you're whipping or combining, be very careful not to overblend or overwhip, because if you do, the cream will come together and form more of a buttery texture, and it will ruin the ice cream base. For the 2-part ice cream, the next thing you will need to do is to use your room temperature sugar-free sweetened condensed milk and pour it into the bowl with the whipped cream. Then whip at medium-low speed just until the 2 ingredients are combined, about 10 to 15 seconds, but do not overwhip. And of course, scoop the bottom and the sides of the bowl to make sure that all of the sweetened condensed milk has been incorporated into the whipped cream. Next, divide the vanilla base you've just made into 3 roughly equal amounts, placing them into 3 separate containers. To make the 3 layers of the Neapolitan ice cream, first transfer the vanilla base into a freezer-safe, deep-sided ice cream container. I'm using this glass container that has a snap-on lid because I find it works really well to make ice cream and keep it from getting freezer burn. I haven't done this before, so I thought I would experiment and line the container with cling wrap in order to determine if it would be easier to remove the ice cream once it's frozen. After this little experiment, I discovered it's not worth it, so don't bother. Using the cling wrap did not help remove the ice cream from the frozen container. As you can see by the numbers on my scale, the vanilla layer is about 290 grams. Now that it's in my container, I'm going to take a moment, then using a spatula, smooth the surface of your vanilla layer, because I want the 3 layers to look clean and distinct from each other. There's 2 ways of assembling this ice cream. I'm going to show you how to layer the Neapolitan ice cream by separating each flavor horizontally, one on top of each other. And that's because I will be making slices and not scoops. But if you do want to scoop your ice cream, all you have to do is to place the vanilla in one corner as a block of vanilla so that it will occupy 1/3 of the container. Then you would place the strawberry next to the vanilla and the chocolate next to the strawberry. But first, I'll show you how to make the strawberry layer. For this strawberry layer, I'm going to use one of the 2 remaining vanilla bases, to which I'm going to add my strawberry reduction jam. And using a spatula, I'm going to manually fold to combine. You can stop here, or you can do this optional step. That's if you want a deeper pinker color. And all you have to do is use a toothpick dipped into a gel red food color, swerve the tip with the gel color into the ice cream, and with a spatula fold to even out the color throughout the strawberry layer. As I said, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it because I want a really nice thumbnail and I want to emphasize the distinctness of the 3 different colors for the Neapolitan ice cream. Before I forget, just a quick FYI, if you do use a color, it will lighten up after freezing. Now that I've made my strawberry ice cream, the next step is to place the strawberry ice cream on top of the vanilla base. And of course, smooth the top. The last layer is the chocolate ice cream, which has a milk chocolate flavor. To make it easier to combine the cocoa with the last bowl of my vanilla ice cream base, I will separately combine the chilled heavy whipping cream and the cocoa powder by whipping them in a separate bowl to form a chocolate whipped cream. Because I want to make things easier and I want a really velvety chocolate base, I'm going to use my stand mixer to whip things up, just until combined and light peak stage. So to my stand mixer bowl, now I'm going to add the reserved vanilla base and my whipped chocolate cream, and whip them together just until combined. And do stop and scrape the bowl sides and bottom in order to incorporate all the chocolate flavor into the ice cream. After you have whipped these 2 together at medium speed and everything is nicely combined, you know what to do. Transfer this chocolate ice cream layer and spread it evenly over the strawberry layer. And then use your spatula to smooth the surface. Also be very careful when you're putting the 3 different layers of ice cream on top of each other. You don't want to blend them. You're not making a swirl ice cream. You have now completed all 3 layers of your Neapolitan ice cream. So cover the container with the lid, or if you're using a loaf pan, with a double layer of cling wrap. And that's all there is to making a Neapolitan ice cream with clean, whole food ingredients. After covering your container properly, place the Neapolitan ice cream into the freezer for about 6 to 8 hours or overnight. When you're ready to serve, take your container out of the freezer, and if by chance you've left it overnight or your ice cream has frozen solid, all you have to do is tip your container over so the bottom is up and put a cloth that you've dipped into warm water on top. This will loosen the frozen ice cream from the sides and make it much easier to pop out. But be careful, you don't want to melt the ice cream, you just want to loosen it enough to remove. For ease of serving, I would like to suggest that you dip your knife in warm water and make a cut. And don't forget to clean the blade with each slice. By cleaning your knife between each cut, it will keep the slices nice and clean and the 3 colors won't smudge and blend. Finally, it's time to serve a slice and enjoy. However, if you don't want to serve your ice cream as slices, as I mentioned earlier, all you have to do is locate each block of vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate next to each other rather than in layers, and then starting at one end, scoop towards the other end, and that will help incorporate all 3 flavors in one scoop. How you choose to serve your Neapolitan ice cream is completely up to you, because it'll taste amazing regardless. I hope that you have enjoyed the 3rd segment of my soft serve ice cream series. If you have, please share the link with someone you know, because word of mouth is the best way to help my channel grow. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you're new to my channel, a warm welcome. Please subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and scroll down and click on all. Most importantly, I hope you come back when I post my next video, which will be a new and quite different version of how to use my 2-ingredient ice cream. As always, The link to all mentioned videos and the link to my printable and translatable written recipe are posted and available in the description below. Until next time, I hope you have a very happy day. Cheers!